Your iPhone is amazing, but with the right apps, it can be a total game changer. Today, I'm revealing my favorite and must-have iPhone apps that I personally use and love. Whether you're all about productivity, creativity, or just making life easier, there is something here for everyone. Let's get started. I test so many apps on daily basis to improve my productivity. 185 to be precise at this moment. Of those, the following are my favorites. I'll categorize my favorite apps. Plus, I will also share some extra apps because even though I don't use them on a daily basis, they are still wonderful apps and they may fit your needs better. Let's start with one of the productivity categories that is a must-have for everyone's phone: email apps. I have multiple email accounts from Gmail, Outlook, and Apple Mail, and my favorite email client for managing my emails daily is Microsoft Outlook. Even though this is a Microsoft email client, it can host Gmail, Outlook, and multiple other email providers at the same time. It's feature-rich, it has swipe gestures, email signatures, integrated calendar, focused inbox, great organization features, and has been super reliable for a very long time. My other favorite email client for iPhones is Apple's native mail app. This is as good as Outlook and I use Apple Mail as well, but there is just one reason why I just pick Outlook over Apple Mail. If you use Gmail account on Apple Mail, I'm receiving emails with a significant delay on my Apple Mail. This is because Apple Mail does not support push protocol for Gmail. This is the only reason why I use Outlook as a default, but I use both in tandem. I have two more favorite email client apps. One is Gmail and the other one is Canary Mail. Both are great, feature-rich, no complaints. I just prefer UI and features of Microsoft Outlook, but you won't go wrong with any of these. Okay, let's continue with another category in my productivity setup: Notes. If you're an iPhone user, I do not see any reason why Apple Notes should not be your default Notes app. It's another no-fuss, simple, yet feature-rich, supports folders and tags, has deep integration into Apple ecosystem like Apple Reminders, calendars, works amazingly well with Siri, and I can keep going. Apple Notes will be on my home screen at all times. But if you're someone who works on multiple platforms like Windows and Android, Apple Notes' lack of cross-platform support can be a deal breaker. But for those, I have a few recommendations. I've tried many note-taking apps like Notion, Google Keep, Evernote, Obsidian, Joplin, and UpNote, but the one I keep coming back to again and again is Microsoft OneNote. It has Windows, iOS, and Android apps. It's extremely feature-rich, it's free, and can handle a variety of notebooks, pages, sections, and formats. I've not seen as many features and options in a free version of other note-taking apps. Google Keep is another free option which is extremely simple. OneNote is almost enterprise level, which can be too much for some people. Google Keep is a simpler alternative for those. This is a category I'm exploring more, so if you would like to know more about note-taking apps, let me know in the comments and I will make a separate video on that. Productivity trifecta, according to me, includes email, notes, and to-do. Email and notes are done. Let's talk about to-do apps. Since we are talking about iPhone must-haves and favorites, undoubtedly, the best to-do app for iPhones are the Apple Reminders app. Apple's native apps are genuinely great and that's how they lock you into their ecosystem. I have made several videos on reminders and how to use them. They're all a testament to show how simple, good, and feature-rich they are. For those who wants to deliberately stay away from Apple ecosystem apps, my recommended to-do apps for most people is Todoist. The free version has a limited number of lists, but it should be good for most people. It has almost all features as Apple Reminders like sections, tags, priorities, etc. It also has good Siri integration. Has great apps for Windows, web, Android as well. If free version is sufficient for you, Todoist is great. Say you are a power user, have tens or hundreds of lists to make, you do not want to use Apple Reminders and also do not want to pay for an app, then my recommendation would be Microsoft To Do. It may look like I'm picking on Microsoft apps, but trust me, I genuinely love the apps. I mean, Just look at the 5-star reviews for Outlook and To-Do versus 5-star reviews for Apple Mail or Apple Reminders. The UI can be a bit better for Microsoft To-Do, but it has a ton of features and great integration with other apps like Outlook. I like Google Tasks too, but again, Google Tasks, like Google Keep, is too simple with not as many features in it. If they're good enough for your needs, Google Tasks is a great recommendation too. Okay, let's move on from productivity. What's my go-to camera app on iPhones? I mean, for photos and a quick snap, the native camera app is just great. It's fast, intuitive, has all the required controls, and the ability to control it from my Apple Watch makes it a great app. It's assigned to my camera control button by default. When I want a little bit more pro control over photos like ISO, shutter speed, and white balance, I use the Lightroom app. Lightroom is an amazing photo editing app by itself and is a must-have and favorite app recommendation. But additionally, it can take photos with pro controls as well. The premium version has even more options like AI, blur, and generative cleanup. But the free version is good enough. For videos, I do have a favorite. It's the Final Cut camera app. The native app can take videos as well, but the sheer amount of controls possible on the Final Cut camera app is incredible. Focus options, record and format options, zoom control, ISO, shutter speed, and white balance control, all just amazing and intuitive. There is another app for video called Blackmagic Camera app for pro video recording, but it's too complex and too many options which I don't use. Final Cut Camera is a perfect balance for me. Okay, I'll talk about all the other apps which I use, but before that, let me cover one last category. Health. I like to try and test out various wearables and fitness trackers. The one I'm currently testing is the Luna Ring. So the Luna app is on this folder. So far, it looks very promising. Watch out for a full video on the Luna Ring soon and drop a comment if you would want to know anything specific about this ring. The OG health and fitness tracker that I use almost every day is Apple Health app. I wear an Apple Watch, so it collects a ton of data from it. It's just surprising to see how much information I can get out of this app. There are like 10 different categories and each category has a ton of data within itself. My one suggestion would be to simplify all these into actionable insights. I'm trying other apps like Athletic or Bevel, which takes Apple Health data to convert into simpler actionable insights. I also have an app called Activity Tracker, mainly for viewing my steps as a large widget on my home screen. It pulls the step count from Apple Health app. I just like that I'm able to see my step count in this big bold widget on my home screen every time I open my phone. It kind of motivates me to move more and target 10,000 steps a day. Those were the categories, but I do use a few more apps which are essential on a daily basis. I'm not covering the social media apps separately because those are subjective to everyone. I'm very active on Instagram, so if you want to follow me there, this is my Instagram handle. My primary messaging app is WhatsApp because of family and friends who use Android. RCS messaging has just arrived, but it's really hard to move everyone out of WhatsApp overnight. I use Apple Messages extensively too. I spend a lot of time on YouTube app. Obviously, I learn something new, get to know the news, relax with songs or entertainment, all on YouTube. My other favorite and most used app is ChatGPT. I ask ChatGPT pretty much everything and anything, giving it a list of grocery items at home and asking what to cook, to help me plan for a vacation, to help me create a workout schedule, to answer any and every nonsense questions I get. ChatGPT has become my new Google, to be honest. I'm on the free plan and it's more than enough for me. My current password manager of choice is the NordPass password manager. Apple Password Manager was and is my favorite password manager. But since I need cross-platform support, I have recently started exploring other password managers. I have been trying out Bitwarden, 1Password, and now NordPass. NordPass is decent with good cross-platform support. I hope Apple Password experience on Windows and Android also gets better. Okay, what else? I have a bunch of banking and finance apps in this folder. My other most used apps are Apple Music for listening to music, Amazon for all my shopping, and Tesla app for controlling my car. So, those are my favorite and most used apps on iPhone. Do you have any app recommendation that I should check it out? Do let me know in the comments below. That's everything for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon if you like the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, this is Anjana. Bye-bye.